say the other day, this is a portal, like a teleportation portal.
There's so many ways for us to transport ourselves without actually physically walking or going anywhere, you know?
The Sacred Sister party bus was excellent. It was moving. It was a warm, safe space. We barely knew each other, but we were able to share because we felt that this was, there was a sort of sisterhood.
I felt safe, but I also felt like nurtured. So there is something like nourishing about being in that space and having those conversations. And it was a great feeling.
I was heard and understood. I was free to express myself while on the bus.
And I never really think about my well-being, my mental health. And every meditation and everything we talked about just made me realize that it's okay sometimes to let go and be yourself and be happy.
I haven't met one woman who hasn't been molested on a transport system, like ever.
I've had like one or two situations where I was like low-key kidnapped. I was on the matatu and I'm telling the guy, hey, drop me off here. And then he just looks at me. I froze for a bit and I was like, hey, I want to get off. So we get to the stage and like, it just like goes, like the matatu just passes. And I'm like, bruh. And I was literally like alone. So like it's been like funny being in these spaces where it's like someone just thinks they can take you and like you have no say, and for you to feel like you have no say. So it's been really like crazy just being a woman. And now it's like, okay, wow, like there's this part, but there's also like this amazing other part where you can have power, you can have agency, and you can like create things.
We actually have more power than we are told we do. So I think for me that has been like one thing that I really have been thinking a lot about and meditating about and trying to understand. And even as we speak, I feel like I'm understanding more and learning more from you guys.
In your mind, you're having all these scenarios like, oh, this person thinks they're so slick, trying to talk to me, and then you go through that to the point where you're like in absolute fear of like what is gonna happen, what should I do next?
Particularly coming into your body as a female body person, it kind of forces you to look at womanhood and like forces you to make a choice about it, you know?
Yeah.
Like, how do you want to relate to this thing? Do you want it to be something that, are you proud of it? Are you not proud of it? Are you comfortable putting it on display? Are you not comfortable putting it on display?
I have male and female energy, and people like respond to that in different ways. So women to me is like, oh, who this? Like, oh, you hanging out with my So I always get that energy of, what you doing, bruh? And then like from the feminine side, I haven't really explored it because it was safe for me to just embrace my male energy. So getting into the point where I'm exploring my identity and just accepting myself as a woman and understanding what femininity is to me, I started having conversations with my mom and just learning more about like her story and like my grandmother and my great-grandmother and like what they used to do, and it's been so like illuminating. Like I'd love to like be on this bus and like just hear everyone's story, because like there's so much like joy in it.
I really identify with you saying like coming into your womanhood. Like that's probably only happened for me maybe in the past like 3-4 years, but that's because of, I don't know what it was. It's like I was hiding my womanhood. Yes. Maybe not having, didn't have many stronger older female role models to like move me into that. A lot of my role models were older male also, so I was really in that male energy a lot. And then coming into the womanhood feels so good. It's so beautiful. And finding out about like, and really deities as well. So I was very Christian raised. So Christian is God as a father, God this, whatever. And then when you hear about different female deities and all these sort of goddess energy and all that stuff, it really like moves inside you, because that's spiritual energy as well. If your spiritualness is anchored in He, our Father, God, Him, you know, it's in your mind. You don't even like, it's entering you all the time. And when you realize how powerful that woman is, like what Kelly was saying, it's like a superpower we have in us.
Maybe it's like you know you're powerful, but you're not actually acting on it, or you haven't like let it manifest inside of you. Because most of the time I also feel like we're in spaces where that manifestation itself is suppressed constantly.
I had someone say the other day, this is a portal. It's like a teleportation portal. Your womb is like, a human appears from somewhere and it's teleported into a portal into the universe. This is a portal. It's like a teleportation portal.
There's so many ways for us to transport ourselves without actually physically walking or going anywhere, you know?
I'd say on the way back it was lit. It was fete, bus fete. It was so good. So much fun.
Lady Bezo, what up? Kenyan kid, 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 Kenyan kid. Cheza baby cheza, mama unaweza. Got you on my mind kila siku ya kalenda. Look ya lavender, ita bartender. Nipe agenda, chora map wapi guapo. Beshe sigana, bei safi tuwezi pingana. Uzito tuwezi lingana, limuru niko show likana. Kisumu pia na flow rivana. Nakuru Nairobi mwani jua Mombasa ni tuwezi bishana. Lady Bird kuja piga pishana. Came in the game bila manners kwa milango tunabishana. Fujo, fujo tunabishana. Fujo, fujo tunabishana. Fujo, fujo tunabishana. Fujo, fujo. Mimi huyo, nyime pull up, looking cooler. Chicken doula, chicken sura, I'm a ruler. See me, I'm a ruler, party come a ruler. No, see they never rule us. Cheza safi, cheza safe, cheza chini chini. Nimeka mili daydreaming. Niggas call me silly flow, ili root gal toka shule upili. Ngoma kali pili, no caliph, just ini mimi. Pesa mkwanja cheddar, sinaitafuta na ulimi. Roka pare, madem kathao na machali.